You see, when people think of engineering, the first thing that comes to mind is mathematics. And you know what? You're not wrong. Engineering does require maths, a lot of maths, obviously. Like, that's the main bread and butter of engineering. But in the real practice, at least in my case, as a civil engineer, not to brag, maths is not too heavy. As you can tell by the title of the video, engineering is a lot less maths and more decision making, which is the harder part, right? Because maths is, at least with maths, there is a definite answer to things, right? A equals B, therefore B such and such. But in the real world, not everything is predictable like mathematics is, right? Which sucks because in the real world, a lot of things can happen. You know, everything is literally like different. As an engineer, you will be tackling different projects. Everything is very unique. And being an engineer means being a designer. You are designing things and everything will have a different design. Of course, there's like a standard code of practice for every sort of like engineering, you know, you have to follow a certain standard. But even then, you know, even if you have all these like sort of standards, not everything is as straightforward as you may think it would be in the real world, because the real world is, yeah, it's real. Not everything is. So yeah, if you're considering engineering, don't just think that it's just all like really maths. To be honest with you, the computers do the mathematics. Most of the mathematics is done by the computers, okay? Like, you barely ever have to do any of the rigorous mathematics that you would have had to learn during university. In the real world, you have the computer to do all, you know, all of the dirty work. Not dirty work, say, you know, like all of the stuff you don't want to do. You're like, as an engineer, you're more focused on the whole like sort of like thing behind your design. You're thinking about cost. You are concerned about, you know, sustainability. You are more concerned about yeah, these sort of things: cost, sustainability, feasibility, like you know, how yeah, there's a lot more things that you have to think about in engineering, which makes it even more stressful, but fun, you know, because it's challenging. So yeah, engineering is not all maths, and if anything, engineering also means having to deal with people. So even if you're that smart person who's a bit of an introvert, in engineering, it's gonna be a bit of a disadvantage. You have to be a bit more extroverted. I mean, obviously there's like different sides of engineering. You can pick a certain field in engineering where it's a bit more secluded, I suppose. But for civil engineers mainly, because, you know, you're dealing with a lot of like people. I don't know, I'm sure it's the same for all sorts of engineering, but generally I feel like in engineering you are going to be working in a team. You're going to be working with clients. You're going to be working with, I don't know, saying in our case, contractors, builders. You're working with a lot of people, so social skills is definitely needed in engineering. So to wrap this video up, engineering is not just about being good at maths. No, my friend. Even if you're not that good at maths, if you can just stick it out through university, like myself, I wasn't that good at maths. I literally just memorized things and I just forget it after the exam. You will shine in these other sort of like soft skills, as you would say. If anything, they are more, I'll call this again, desirable, because if you want to like move up the chain, if you want to move up the ladder, you really need good social skills, because you're going to be getting into managerial positions and whatnot. So yeah, don't think that just because you're bad at maths you can't be an engineer. Hey, I made it, so can you. I wasn't the brightest in my high school maths, right? Like, literally just pass the exam, and once you're an actual engineer, you'll know what I mean. Okay, so yeah, thank you for watching this video. Bye.